Yeah. Oh, man. Welcome back to the week thus far, everybody. John, good to have you back in the saddle.
Thanks.
That hot sauce joke really hit like a ton of bricks there.
I felt pretty good about that one.
Yeah, you wrote that one?
I did,
That's
actually.
Right.
Yeah,
John Wilson, ladies and
bit.
gentlemen. All right. Nope, don't. No, we don't want to. John,
Yes.
I was going to make a joke about the clap, but I feel like that's...
The way.
I don't know. Everyone does that. Anyway,
I don't know.
time to bring out the guest, John.
Okay.
He is a very talented gentleman.
Why don't you make a joke about him?
Because that kind of works against, you know, getting future guests. Anyway.
Go ahead.
Very talented gentleman. Kind of a real-life superhero by night, in a matter of words. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Greg Chomichuk.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming on. Hello, hello. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you.
There.
Look at this.
Enjoy.
Excellent. Yeah.
Oh,
John made the bed for you guys.
so nice. Yep.
Yeah. John's got that effect on all men.
Yeah, they all want to be close.
Yeah. He's fuzzy. Greg, how are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good.
Say my last name again.
Is it Chomichuk?
No, I just want to hear you say it.
Chomichuk?
So everyone who knows how to say it right will know that that isn't it.
Okay. Well, that's a very creative way of doing it. How do you actually say it?
Chomichuk.
Chomichuk?
Yeah, and it's Gregory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Will!
Yeah. Yeah.
Where were you?
Burn.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's not your fault.
I apologize.
It's okay.
Okay.
What people would phone my house when I was growing up, is Greg there? My dad would say, no, you have the wrong number, and hang up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because only Gregory was home, right?
Only, yes.
Yeah. That's
good.
That's important stuff.
Yeah.
Got to know the difference. Now, for people who don't know,
Yeah.
you have a very interesting career. Actually, you have a couple of interesting careers. Perhaps you could elaborate on that for us.
Okay, well, I teach high school at St. James Collegiate, and I
Excellent.
also write and illustrate graphic novels, which I have brought you as gifts. So you can decide who gets what.
Okay.
You can
I'll
decide,
take
you
the-
can fight over them. You should know that there's only 200 of these in existence.
Oh, well, limited edition.
But this was nominated as Canada's best graphic novel.
And for people like my mom in the front row, what is a graphic novel?
Okay, so, okay, you want the, okay.
Remember, this is community television.
Okay,
We're,
community television. So to educate the
Yeah,
masses.
we play in a lot of waiting rooms.
Okay, we're going to educate. Okay, so a graphic novel,
Right.
right, is a story that has a finite length,
Okay.
right? Superman cannot be a graphic novel because it's a serial. It will go on forever.
Oh, okay.
They will never kill, well, they will always bring him back,
Right.
right?
And a graphic novel has
A planned
an arc
ending,
and
a
it's
beginning,
over.
middle, and end, as your English teachers may have shown you that wonderful
Okay.
story arc.
Do you happen to be an English
I
teacher?
also teach English. It's funny that you mentioned that.
What
yes.
are the odds
Yeah,
of
it's
that?
amazing, right? Yeah.
How did you get into doing graphic novels in addition to teaching? Because that seems like two separate careers mostly for people. It seems like a lot of work, basically, is what I'm saying.
I guess I have two passions, I would say.
Okay.
But the funny story there is that I didn't get into education the first time I tried. And so I had a year where, you're listless and you're wondering what could possibly happen.
Finding yourself?
Yeah, finding yourself.
Smoking everything around you?
No, not
Okay,
that.
fair
No,
enough.
No.
Yep. Finding yourself.
There are, I'm gonna jump out, an inordinate amount of drug references on this show. I'm not
Hey.
sure, Will did not mention that I was supposed to be endorsing
show?
marijuana.
For the
This
record,
show?
for the
This
record,
particular episode.
none of the stand-up that happened at the beginning will make it to air. Just for the record, we make sure that
Okay, so anyone
Yeah.
who's watching this segment should not
they'll know that.
feel alienated.
No, and the whole thing I said before will just sound like. Yeah, so it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just because if the superintendent happens to be watching,
Yeah,
I'm
Super
not
Nintendo
endorsing,
Chalmers.
right? Of sex and violence, yeah, lots, right? But drugs you can't talk
That's
about at
right,
school,
kids.
right?
Sex and violence.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
don't relax.
Yeah. Not at school. School's not for relaxing.
Okay.
All right. Where was I?
Anyway, you were.
I
talking
didn't
about
get
getting
into
Yes.
education, and so I started drawing a lot and taking my writing more seriously. And then I got a gig working on a science fiction TV show pilot and into education at the same time. So I did both.
Really?
So all night I would go be on set, and then all day I would go to
And working
university.
on a television show, especially one with a script,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine
Yeah,
how
it's-
hard that would be.
It's
you know?
quite intense. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a lot of work. That's impressive. How come you decided to keep teaching then if you were also getting into the kind of the
Are we allowed
the
to get
dream
sentimental
field?
on this show?
There's a booze bottle on this page.
There is, yeah.
Is that a drug?
Yeah, but the context. Okay, the context is that it's bad.
And guns.
Bad context. Bad. This actually takes place in Winnipeg. This story here. Yeah, it's loosely based on true events about a homeless man who thinks he's a cowboy.
Wow, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, where were we? This is the non sequitur portion of the show.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You. Why did you keep teaching?
Oh, best
think,
job
yeah.
ever. Oh yeah, I asked if we were allowed to get sentimental, and then you cut to booze again. Yeah, I say again because you didn't see him back there.
John's a monster.
Yeah.
It's the best job ever. It's honestly the best job ever.
Teaching?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I feel like you're talking down to me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be. I thought when I invited you into my personal space that we were going to be okay.
It was clear, John, that he was your friend.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought-
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes people get really close to you and then they just cut you.
If I could change my body language to better reflect our closeness.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that better?
We haven't even got to the exciting part yet. There's
Okay.
actually a documentary being made about you right now. Is there not?
Yes, not
Yeah.
just me though. Not just me.
Okay.
David Alexander Robertson as well.
Will!
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
yeah.
And
He knew that.
So that
The way I
features-
understand it, you steer the ship, but you're the anchor that
Thank you.
prevents us from striking things that are dangerous.
That's
Is that
right.
How this,
Yeah.
That's the dynamic,
I
right?
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
John grounds me. He's like the bottom plug in a 3-prong plug. Ah.
All right.
I think I
Anyway,
understood the reference there. So,
so
Literally.
electricity, the finer points of electricity.
Tell us about the documentary, though.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do.
that was a segue. Yeah. That was good. Okay, so there's a documentary. It's called Artist by Night. Kelly Reese is the documentary filmmaker. She saw me mediate a panel on women's issues in science fiction and fantasy at KeyCon, and said, if you can keep that room from not being hostile, then you can be the happy guy on our documentary. Because it's easy to find angry people for a documentary, but
Yeah.
it's hard to cut to a happy guy. So
Really?
you can be that. Yeah, she filed it
So
away.
you're
I'm the
almost
happy guy,
like-
yeah.
You're almost grounding the documentary
It's
now.
kind of, yeah. No, I
We're-
lift it up. David pulls it down.
Okay, then.
Right to the street level, right?
gonna say, you guys-
Heartfelt, emotional. I'm like a flight of fancy.
Wow. Well, they're lucky to have you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm getting the wrap-up sign. But
What
before
is
we
it?
go,
There was
is
one
it?
other
How
thing
can
that
you see through
you
this light?
wanted to promote, though.
Oh, June 16th. If you're right, you should both come. You should come. We'll be all right. It'll be good by then, right?
Okay.
June 16th, collaboratory at 618 Arlington, group art show. It's going to be a fun time.
you also have a fantastic blog. It's called No Erasers Harmed.
True, yes.
And you can check that out online. It's a blog spot.
Yep.
Correct? Yeah. Lots of awards won. Unfortunately, we don't have time, though, to get into all of that. But thank you very much for being here, Gregory
Thank you.
Chomichuk.
Chomichuk, well done.
Ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
We'll be right back with David Reyes.
Oh, you could stay.